doing it. You supposed to be happy you sitting there with Kid L. Why you mad?
The Kid L Podcast.
Well, rocking and rolling. The legendary Dawgface Calderon is in the building. How you doing today, bro?
I swear with you, how you feel?
I'm chilling, man. You've been just doing so much, bro. You just, ever since your last time you've been on here till now, you've done 1,000 things. 1,000 things, man. You got YouTube. You're going crazy with your podcast. You're going crazy with the interviews. You're on the radio stations. You're doing comedy, man. You're calling out people that you feel are wrongdoing. You're all over the place, and you're getting a lot of notoriety for it, man. How has it been acclimating to this new leap of attention that you're getting?
Well, so yeah, it's funny, man. I've always been able to garner a lot of attention, right? I was out having lunch today, and I had two people who worked in a restaurant that I was at looked at me and stared at me for they like workers at the restaurant. Like, man, ain't you the dog face guy? I'm like, yeah, that's me. Yeah. I took pictures with him. Like, man, we love you, bro. We tell them the absolute truth. Detroit needed something like you, somebody to tell the truth and not be afraid to talk and not be afraid to kind of like put it on the floor where it was needed to be put on the floor. You know what I'm saying? I asked him, I said, do you feel like there's anything that I'm doing or saying that is like, that's putting Detroit in a negative light? Like, hell no, what you saying is necessary. What you saying is on point. You got people, you have a bunch of people, like the whole gatekeeper thing, bro. You have gatekeepers here. So it was interesting that we had so much controversy over the gatekeeper thing when the same motherfuckers who was complaining about it are in fact and have been in fact fucking gatekeeping. You hear me? So I mean, it's been interesting, bro. I'm used to getting the attention, bro. It is what it is. It's just another day in the office for me.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like I always say, you're like a checks and balances guy, right? You're making sure that everything is going according to its purpose. Like without it deterring and without it getting manipulated to be something that only benefits one person and not everybody as a whole, right? Did you get a chance to watch Nuke come on here and talk?
I watch every episode, bro. I ain't one of them. I'm one of them.
Oh, I appreciate it.
I watch every episode you do.
Thank you.
I rock with you in real life. So every episode that you do, I watch it. Even the female who had the medical practice thing.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Even it wasn't, I'm interested in quality journalism, which is what you offer right now. And that's why I tell everybody, I've been asked about you everywhere I go. What's up with the Kid L guy in Detroit? What's up with him? He really kind of like, because you have a platform and you operate differently than most do and have been. So, man, I watch everything. Yeah, I watched the Al Nuke episode.
What did you think of his thoughts about, me and you've had conversations about Eminem and Royce. Me and him had a conversation about Eminem and Royce. He told a story on the podcast where there was a kind of a delegation going on between a lot of the artists and people in the entertainment industry in Detroit at the time that Eminem was exploding, and that they had some type of meeting where when Eminem had came back, he had walked into this meeting and basically said that, hey, you guys weren't supporting me. Detroit didn't really have my back. I did this kind of by myself to some degree. And then Al Nuke's response was, it doesn't matter if you did. It doesn't matter if we weren't there for you or however you feel about it. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do for the city? Like what's gonna happen now? So kind of pushing all that to the side, like it doesn't matter. It's about the fact that you were here. It doesn't matter. We had an agreement, basically. Is that like a true type of thing, or is it like a true account?
Kid L, let me tell you why. I can't speak to the truth or the validity of what Al Nuke said, but let me just tell you this, bro. One of the reasons why I'm older than Al Nuke, right? One of the reasons why I'm embraced by a lot of the young artists, producers, or just the younger component of hip hop is because I'm not jaded. It's like the Matrix. I didn't take the red, blue pill with these motherfuckers, bro. I was in prison. I came home in 2009. So most of what we talked about, specifically as it relates to Eminem and all that his whole cabal, his whole cackle of motherfuckers, I wasn't out here for that shit. So I'm looking at shit through pure lenses, bro. I wasn't out here for it. So if he feels like that people didn't support him for whatever reason, then I've never said that he has an absolute obligation to help people who he believes didn't do anything for him, or people who his peers who kind of like turned against him and made it hard for him to kind of like breathe. All them nothing. But my point is that you can't use, and it's not fair for you to use what happened to you when you were coming up, to continuously use that as a reason why you don't embrace what's happening now or what has happened since then. If you want to blame somebody for how you were treated, yeah, blame the motherfuckers who were there with you, who came up with you, who were in the hip hop shop with you. Blame the people who you were battle rapping against, people who was dissing you and didn't want to. If you want to blame Papa Duck, blame Papa Duck. You want to blame the motherfuckers who you feel like wasn't supportive of you when you was coming up, then yeah, fuck them. I don't expect you to do anything for them. I'm just simply saying it's not fair for you, or it's not fair for anybody, either him, and we never heard him articulate the reason why, right? So I think we need to be careful about kind of like attaching or affixing a reason why he doesn't do whatever we think he should do. We don't know why, for real, because he hasn't said why.
Right.
We're speculating as to the reasons why, and then we have second and third hand explanations from people who purport to be his homeboys or purport to speak for him in some degree. We're having them tell us why. Right. So I'm really over that shit, bro. The artists from Detroit right now who have heavy motion, they have that motion despite not having the support from Eminem. And Eminem is not the only artist who came up who didn't support or who doesn't support artists. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, you can always look at right now what's happening, all the artists that have emerged in the last 10 to 15 years,
right.
And you got to look at their portfolio of like how has this helped anybody in the city besides you, kind of. You got to look at that.
Right.
Not to say that people haven't, but there are a lot of artists where well, let's see it though, like where in the data that can we find that help? Well,
I mean, so I believe that the artists is first of all, the term artist the term is inherently a selfish term within and of itself, bro. If you're an artist and you're trying to pursue success and fame and fortune, it is like a natural thing for some people to kind of like want to hog whatever attention they can get.
Yeah.
They don't want to share it because they themselves haven't made it to where they want to be. They're not really comfortable with their success, their stardom, the money they've accumulated. They're not really there yet. So of course, a motherfucker don't want to share the spotlight with a motherfucker unless it's somebody in your own camp. So I mean, it just is what it is when it comes to that shit, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean.
No, for sure, I understand what you're saying.
So the whole Eminem question, bro.
Mm-hmm.
If you're gonna represent Detroit, you're gonna scream and holler. You're gonna be at all Lions games, and all the news reporters are looking at you like you're a representation of the city of Detroit, and you're wearing that proudly, then maybe you should do something. Maybe you should share a post. Maybe you should acknowledge some of what's going on here, right? No money, no nothing. Maybe you should do your own XL cover. Eminem's XL cover of the dopest rappers in the city of Detroit right now. How much would that cost you to do that? It wouldn't cost you anything. But one thing I will say is that if you haven't done anything for this generation of MCs, bro, you can't expect for them to, when they're asked about what your influence and impact on them has been, if they say none, if they say they don't know you, if they say they don't listen to your music, if you've done nothing to ingratiate yourself, if you've done nothing to kind of like, it's not even ingratiate, excuse me. If you've done nothing to kind of like extend the olive branch above and beyond just them knowing that you the GOAT MC, how do you expect them to? It's like an absentee father in some respect. If you didn't do anything for me, you didn't help raise me. Most of these guys in the city of Detroit, they was raised by Gucci Man. They was raised by Future. They were raised by Yo Gotti. Those are the influences that they had. Those are the people who they wanted to be like. So if those guys have more of an impact on your city than you do, whose fault is that?
Right. With you taking, again, the checks and balances act here a little bit here and just bringing truth and light to, current circumstances in hip hop and rap in Detroit particularly. Obviously, one target you've had constantly is Royce. And, I think seen that recently, Royce the 5'9", you have some information about how he claims something about you that's inaccurate. Mm-hmm. Can you kind of dissect that for people and kind of get into that with people?
I sent you the audio.
Yeah.
First of all, he made a post saying that he said a bunch of different shit in one post, one long ass paragraph. Mm-hmm. But one of the major parts of it is he said that I reached out to him to asking him to squash the beef or. First, I don't have no beef. Royce not a street motherfucker. So let's make sure that we understand this. Me checking Royce or me voicing my opinion about what I think him and Eminem did or didn't do, what they shouldn't do, that's not beef, bro. That's me telling you how I feel. If you don't, how I feel makes you uncomfortable, it is what it is. If you don't, I'm from the street.
Do you think he feels like he can't walk around if you're around or something like that?
No, Royce would call the police on me, bro. I'm really that, for real. My history of fucking motherfuckers up and getting them motherfuckers' asses, that's really real. You're not gonna find nobody who know me who say that's not really what it is, bro. I spent 17 years in prison, no brag. But I spent 17 years in prison, no shit. Excuse me, no homosexual shit, no protective custody shit, no getting beat up, I'm doing the beating up, I'm doing the stabbing, I'm hitting niggas in the head with locks and socks. That's me. And everybody who was in prison with me know that. There's no stories to the contrary. Anybody says anything contrary to that, they lying. So when it comes, listen, it's not about me. I'm not threatening him. I'm just telling you the truth. And if the truth makes you uncomfortable, it is what it is. Royce and I are not compatible. We're not congruent. I'm from the streets. Although I have graduated out of what I used to do, back in the day, I still have that shit in me. You know what I'm saying? It's never gonna leave me. Me and Royce, we could never be beefing. It's like me beefing it's like me being from, bro, there is no beef. There's no threat of beef. If I see you, it's what's up.
So what do you think he wants to end that for then? What do you think the worry is? Like maybe you're just exploiting too much information he doesn't want to get out there, or maybe he feels like you're being misinformed.
I'm making him uncomfortable.
Okay.
Right? Look at his Instagram page, bro. He's posting Blade Icewood. He's posting some of his accolades. He came on my when Vez went on Math Hoffa's show, right? I shouted it out. I posted a clip of it, shouted it out. I clapped Vez. In my caption, if you see, we follow each other. I didn't say anything about Eminem or Royce, right? I said, good shit, Royce. I'm finna go listen to Money Phone 100 times in my $120,000 car. That's what I said, right? Royce commented on that. He said, well, the point was, Math Hoffa asked him, why you think Eminem is so disconnected from the current state of hip hop? And Vez's opinion was it's probably because the people in his entourage, you know what I'm saying? It's probably the people in his entourage not really giving him the information that he needs, or if they are giving him information, they're not giving him the information that he should have to make a proper decision about what he should or shouldn't do if he wants to do anything at all.
Right.
So I posted that, and Royce up in my post talking about, I'm the one who, he can't be talking about me because I'm the one who sent him to Math Hoffa. I'm the one landed him the interview. So you just wanted me to know. Why did you have to say that, bro? You wanted me to know, and you wanted the people who follow me to know, who follow my page, know that you're the one who sent Vez to Math Hoffa. I don't give a fuck what you sent him. How many times you done seen motherfuckers like Helluva and other motherfuckers? I've sent them to major podcast platforms. I've sent dozens of motherfuckers to platforms that are a lot larger than Math Hoffa. You never hear me say, here's a list of the motherfuckers I sent to the radio. Here's a list of motherfuckers who I get booked for concerts. Here's the list of motherfuckers. A lot of shit I've done for artists in City Detroit, I never speak about it because I'm too busy and I'm too focused on doing the next best thing for either myself or for somebody else, bro. Simple as that. You never hear me. I've taken I've taken maybe 8, 9 artists from the City of Detroit down to Tampa Bay and got them booked. Got them booked for their max rate. Not no $2,000, $3,000 a show. So when you talk about 4-2 Dugg got booked in Tampa Bay, that was me. T Grizzly T Grizzly 2017. Tampa Bay, that was me who got him booked down there. I hosted the concert. When T Grizzly said, hey, Wando, ain't it a blessing? When he made it out of Kentucky, Wando's a real person. That was his real rap partner, his real co-defendant on some shit that happened in Kentucky. I got Wando booked down there. Peezy, that was me. Babyface Ray, that was me. 4-2 Dugg, that was me. Tay Blood, long live, rest in peace, Tay Blood, that was me who got them booked down there. You never heard me, except me posting a flyer when the event was supposed to take place. You never hear me taking, who gives a fuck, bro? You know what I'm saying? So when the motherfucker challenges me and they ask, well, what has Dawgface done? Do you know how many motherfuckers songs I have gotten played on the radio in Memphis, St. Louis, Birmingham, Alabama, all throughout Florida. That was me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I've never talked about it. I've decided to talk about it lately because I have people who refuse or who don't acknowledge the fact that I've done. Well, it's not even that they don't acknowledge because I haven't talked about it. So a lot of them don't know a lot of the behind the scenes shit I've done. You sent Vez to Mav Hoffa. I've sent 15 motherfuckers to Off the Porch with a subscribership of over 500,000 motherfuckers.
Let me ask you a question. I mean, I know you're very a realist. I know that you look at life. You try to be unbiased as possible. You just try to look at the rights and wrongs, right?
Mm-hmm.
You've named a lot of negative aspects about Royce. Not negative, but more so his actions, right? Is there anything that you do look at that Royce has accomplished in his career that has helped other people, that has helped the Detroit community? Like, can you look at those?
He has lended his assistance to artists, right?
Mm-hmm.
I can't, I don't know. In this generation, in terms of artists who are at the top of the game, I can't point to nothing. No, I never heard nobody say anything other than
Courtney Bell and Ashley Sorrell.
Yeah, Courtney's on his way to the top. Right. Ashley Sorrell is a giant of a vocalist. Right. Yeah, so I mean that is what it is. They're budding superstars. They haven't got to that level yet, but I'm not saying he hasn't done anything. Right. So my gripe wasn't even with him. My gripe is with you putting yourself in the place of proof and acting as a liaison or an ambassador between Eminem. That's the thing that motherfuckers are. Man, I don't give a fuck how they feel about what I'm saying. I'm going to say what the fuck I want to say, how I want to say it, and I go wherever I want to go, right? And if a motherfucker got a problem with that, I'll spank their ass. That's a fact.
Well, if you look at the type of music that Ashley Sorrell and Courtney Bell do make and the fact that Royce is trying to help maneuver, be a part of the career.
It's typical, but they're not typical artists, but it's typically safe for him because they are more along the hip-hop, abstract side of things. Courtney Bell is a motherfucker. In my opinion, Courtney Bell is one of the best lyricists that Detroit has ever produced. I would put Courtney Bell above. I would put in terms of just rapping. But see, Courtney Bell is better than Eminem.
Like lyricism you're talking about?
Courtney Bell is better than Eminem because Courtney Bell is talking about things of substance. Courtney Bell is better than Royce the 5'9". And Royce talks about things of substance as well, but in terms of delivery, right? In terms of operating, when he rapping, he out the third eye with that shit. That's not no normal shit. Courtney Bell is a god MC on the same level as a Rakim, on the same level as the KRS-One. He is leaps and bounds ahead of any MC Detroit has ever produced. Period.
I think the Courtney Bell's challenge is just making songs that resonate more
with the
sounds.
Urban,
like sounds.
But see, Courtney's dope like that. Right. See, Courtney's the difference between a Royce or Eminem and a Courtney Bell is that Courtney Bell is a street motherfucker for real. Courtney Bell's a street motherfucker who is educated, right? Who's educated himself, and he was raised by people who were thoughtful, insightful people. So Courtney Bell really is a representation of the streets mixed with the lyrical ability, right? So he is acknowledged and embraced by the streets in ways that Royce and Eminem never have been and never will, because Courtney Bell is street motherfucker. Right. You run up on Courtney Bell, you're going to get punished in more ways than one. I fuck with Courtney Bell.
So at the end of, it looks like the tale might be coming to an end between you and Royce to some degree, because there's a somewhat of a truce being called on one end of him saying like, "Yo, let's just move over this."
I don't negotiate with terrorists. Fuck Royce the 5'9".
See, Doug, the only problem I have is that like you say everything so beautifully, right, and like articulate it
and
so
I come
well,
with that shit,
and then you say that stuff, and it's like, wait, how am I supposed to help you with that? Because he's not. You're
not supposed to help me. You are an unbiased source of information that Detroit and the world needs. So you can't critique or quantify what I'm saying.
But I wouldn't call him a terrorist. That's like...
No, I'm saying I don't negotiate with terrorists. That's metaphorically speaking. Okay, right. It's fuck him. It's fuck everybody who cool with him. Right. Period. If I see you, and if you got a problem with me, bitch, I'll spit in your face. On my mama, I will.
But why?
Cuz, bitch, pipe down, bitch. Stop, pull your pants up to your belly button like you've been having them. Stop acting like you really own that and about that shit and the whole world knows you ain't own nothing like that, bro. Stop that.
But I've never seen anything that he said in response to you publicly.
Hey, listen, he's a bitch-made motherfucker. period. Simple as that. So listen, all the flowery speech, all the innuendos, all the slick talking, all the round the corner ass, but yeah, but hey, yeah, but I'm a higher level motherfucker. Bro, stop playing with me like that.
Well, the only thing I'll say about, if I was a judge,
I reject anything that he tries to come with me with. There's no peace between me and him. You go live your life, I live my life.
Well, I'll say this, in my opinion, from watching you guys two kind of conversate over this thing over the internet, when the responsibility factor is taken into equation, when you become totally responsible, almost like a motherly figure to the hip hop culture.
Fatherly. He's motherly. I'm fatherly.
I don't think there's anything wrong with saying motherly because I'm not saying feminine.
I am is maternal and paternal, right?
Right. So my whole point is responsibility comes in when you just say, hey, whatever's happening right now, doesn't matter if Dog's wrong or I'm wrong, let's fix it. Like that's the whole perspective.
Watch this, right? So listen, what I'm doing for Detroit's hip hop community, right? I've done a lot.
Right.
Excuse me. It hasn't stopped. Me saying something to Royce or Royce saying something to me don't stop me, bro. It doesn't stop me from doing any motherfucking thing. I just, Self Hot 107.5, right? He's the senior A&R for BG's new label, 019 Entertainment. That's, Sale has signing capabilities with the artists that we're signing to BG's label. Stop. I can walk and chew bubblegum at the same time. I can check that whole nigga and still move forward to do things that's going to help and enhance the city of Detroit all at the same time. Me checking him don't stop me from doing what I'm doing.
No, well, my whole perspective.
I'm not even pausing what I'm doing. Just
No. I know. I get you. What I was saying more so is that like it's almost like a grenade got unpinned and laid on the floor, and it's like you and Royce across from it, and it's like, well, dog, you know what I'm saying? Instead of somebody just being like, let's just grab this bitch and throw this bitch out of here. That was the only part I didn't like about it, and obviously on Royce's end, it's like instead of arguing with Dawgface about it, it's like look at what he's saying and say, okay, well,
he's never gonna do that.
Yeah, right. Like how do I help? How do I fix?
He's never gonna
or proving a point, it's like how do I fix it? And on your end, I think that you need to be a little more civil because when you make disrespectful remarks towards him, it's almost like, well, now I got to counteract what he just said.
I haven't been disrespectful, kid.
Come on, man, you just called him motherfucker. Like I know you're using analogies.
No. So listen, no.
Okay.
I'm really calling it like I see it.
Okay.
You can never call the truth, no matter how distasteful it is. Royce not a street motherfucker. He doesn't. So when you talking choppy like that, right? It's one thing for you to be able to voice your opinion or your displeasure with what I'm saying and what I'm doing. I understand I get up under your skin, right? I get it.
Talk a little bit about, you've been on the radio a lot, man. How 107, it's like your second home now or something?
Listen, man, my home is radio, period, no matter where I go.
Yeah.
Whether it's St. Louis, Memphis, Alabama, Atlanta, New York, Philly.
Were you part of the Baby Money freestyle? That the beat they were playing in the instrumentals. Were you there in the studio that day?
I was there. I've been there for all of them except two of them.
Okay,
I wasn't there for the Scar Lip. I work hand in hand with Elite Media. Elite Media is doing all of the filming for the BigDawg Blast freestyle, which is a major platform that's only going to grow exponentially as time goes on. Right.
Talk about how you play a role in all of this.
Man, BigDawg Blast. I've been personal friends with BigDawg Blast for a decade now, right? Mm-hmm. Me and BigDawg Blast, we strategize about a lot of different things as it specifically relates to how he can use his platform or use his connection with WJLB to help artists grow their brand, expand their brand. I'm in the room when those conversations are had. You get BigDawg Blast right here, and ask him. And the things that you're doing right now, is Dawgface a part of your brain trust in terms of trying to figure out how to utilize your platform at WJLB, iHeartRadio Detroit to help push and buttress, support artists' career? He can be like, hell yeah, I talk to Dawgface almost every day. Yeah. So there's a lot of things I'm doing behind the scenes.
Very, very cool,
that push him.
Yeah, I seen you behind the DJ board there and stuff like that.
I'm a DJ too, bro. I just don't DJ anymore. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I morphed out of that, bro.
Oh, well, let me ask you a question, man. If you're DJing right now, you're at the club. What are you putting in rotation right now? Detroit. We're in Detroit right now. We're in the Detroit strip club right now. It's filled. 500 people are there. They want to dance. What are you putting on?
So Detroit is one of those kind of cities, bro, where Detroit is Detroit heavy. You can go to Atlanta and you can hear everything under the sun in Atlanta. You hear me? Yeah. You can go to Miami, you can hear everything under the sun. Whatever's hot, you can hear it in the strip club and they vibe it to it, right?
Right.
Detroit, you have, as a DJ, you gotta serve them a heavy dose of Detroit shit 'cause we vibing on our own shit. I've never seen a city outside of Atlanta more supportive of artists, not just the artists who are signed, but the underground artists who like the world doesn't even know about yet, right? So if I'm in a strip club and I'm DJing, and I hate DJing strip clubs, bro, because I don't necessarily agree with the whole strip club shit. I ain't gonna get in that shit, but no, a strip. If you a DJ in a strip club, bro, you're not just DJing, bro. You're like the assistant manager, because you got to guide the females. You on stage. Hey, big booty brick house, you on stage 2. Yeah. Hey, big pussy fat pussy mocha, you on stage 3. Right? That shit. You ain't just DJing. You guiding the traffic of the strip club by telling the strippers which way to go, right or left. But if I was DJing, bro, it's a heavy dose of 4-2 Dugg, and it's before what he just did at LCA. Right. It's a heavy dose of because I'm there, so I understand the impact those songs have. Yeah. It's a heavy dose of 4-2 Dugg, Baby Money. Yep. I fuck a Baby Money. You know what I'm saying? I'm in my truck right now. If I show you my playlist right now, it's Baby Money, Baby Money, Baby Money, and that motherfuckers I'm vibing off. I like how he come with what he coming with. You gotta throw some classic Vez on. You gotta throw some Sada on. Yeah. No shit. I know some motherfucking Drago Bino. The whole East Warren camp with Drago Bino, Buck, Kato. I'm throwing that hands on challenge, that extras on. Yeah. Calico. That 10-4, I'm for sure putting that on. It's gonna make them go crazy in that intro.
I seen you.
And I'm going with Doughboyz Cashout, the classic shit.
For sure. Yeah, and I was just gonna bring that up too. You were just with Flex Live. Flex Live was one of the primary DJs in the recent event of 4-2 Dugg's coming home party. It was performed at Little Caesars Arena. Right. He had Doughboyz Cashout and he had Teameastside on stage together doing a versus battle. It was humongous. It looked like the entire place was packed out. Little Caesars.
It sold out.
Were you there by any chance? And did you get to watch that?
So I was there, and I flew out before I left. Yeah. I got the fuck about it. I had to fly out to Atlanta for an interview. I had to fly out to Atlanta. I got the fuck out. You hear me?
How long were you there for before you left?
20 minutes.
Man, what the fuck?
Okay. 20 minutes after the main shit started. You know what I'm saying? I got there and I stayed 20 minutes and I said, oh shit, I gotta get the fuck on, right?
Real quick, what's the love like for you from the artists and everybody there? Being that you're
where?
When you're at the backstage of the 4-2
Everybody fucking me, bro.
Yeah, I'm saying, but
whether they like what I say or not, motherfuckers know I'm a real motherfucker now. You can't, you got motherfuckers, everybody know I'm a real motherfucker. They know what it is, you hear me? Everybody fuck with me, for the most part, you hear me?
But you re-piercing yourself back into the scene at the light that you're doing it. Like, do people feel that? Like, when you talk to people, do they feel like you're re-emerging?
95% of the people, artists, They laugh, they DM me. That's what I did the interview with Peezy, right? Peezy like, man, you going nuts out here, right? I think that happened after I was here last. I did 2 interviews with Peezy back to back, right? Like, man, Peezy was like, I see you moving, bro. Detroit needs their own Gilly and Wallow. We need our own academics. We need our own podcasts to really go crazy. And I salute Peezy for that, because he called me. I think he was in Cali. Like, bro, when I get back to Detroit, I'm doing interviews with you, bro, and whatever I can do to help aid and assist the growth of your platform, I'm gonna do that. So for that, I'll be forever grateful, because he ain't had to do that. You feel what I'm saying? One of my clips with him is at 2 million views just on the fucking short alone. You feel what I'm saying?
You killed it with him. We'll get to that, but I do want to talk about the atmosphere, the energy of the Little Caesars Arena. Even though there was those little malfunctions or whatever.
Man, listen, bro. The rest of it. Listen, when you the fact that 4-2 Dugg utilize his platform for something like that was supposed to happen 6-7 years ago. There are artists who are not even who are like staples of the Detroit hip hop scene, like the Yo Gottis and the Jeezys, right? And Doughboyz Cashout have a relationship with Jeezy go back over a decade, right? That should have happened years ago, right? 4-2 Dugg used his platform, like he said, when things were going haywire before they really nailed it down. The East Side was going to be there anyway. And by that, it meant that Vez was going to be there, Lou Graham was going to be there, Peezy was going to be there, Ray was going to be there, Team East Side was going a heavy dose of the Team East Side was going to be there. Everybody who's hot from the East Side was going to be there because he's an East Side nigga. So they was all going to be there. So him extending the olive branch to Doughboyz Cashout to put together something that mimicked the verses, that was major. He was giving the West Side a bone. I don't know if Doughboyz Cashout would have gave Team East Side that bone. If Doughboyz Cashout 7-8 years ago, I don't know if Jeezy came here and he brought them out, I don't know if they would have told Jeezy, hey, listen, man, let's bring Team Eastside out, let's do a versus. I don't know if they would have shared their spotlight with Team Eastside, or with the Eastside, period, like Doug did with them.
Do you believe that?
I'm not saying I don't think they would have. It's just my personal opinion.
No, for sure.
So Doug looked out for them. He looked out for the whole city of Detroit. We're kind of like putting that whole thing together and making it happen. He put on for the city of Detroit, and for that, I'll be forever grateful, and Detroit should be forever grateful, because who would have thought that 4-2 Doug gave a fuck about what Detroit wanted? He had everybody from Yo Gotti, Glorilla, fucking Dirk, Meek Mills. He didn't have to do that in order to sell that arena out. It was going to happen anyway. The fact that he was wise enough and he was kind-hearted enough to kind of like bring that full circle, that's mature on his part, and it shows that he's a visionary above and beyond what people necessarily think about him.
If you're growing up in Detroit right now, you're in your house, you grew up listening to Doughboyz Cashout, Teameastside, you're getting hip to Doug, everything like that, and you go through just the standard life of most Detroiters, what does it do for somebody that sees that and hears that and gets to experience this uniting of two groups that were at one point at each other's necks? Does it do something to you, or is it just entertaining?
Man, it's less about entertainment. It's more about just the historical nature of the event itself, right? Because like you said, we didn't really get a chance to really showcase, because there was some glitches in the Matrix. Didn't really get a chance to showcase, but it really kind of like re-energized, Team Eastside, and as the members of Team Eastside have had more individualized success than the members of Doughboyz Cashout. Doughboyz Cashout, they enjoyed the vast majority of their success as a group.
Right.
Team Eastside, the members of Team Eastside have enjoyed the vast majority of their success in their individual careers.
Right.
That are happening here and now.
Because with Doughboy, it's right. It's like Kid and Payroll. They really got to take off with it, right?
Yeah, Kid, Payroll, Keese.
Yeah, Keese.
You know what I'm saying? So that was just a feel-good moment, man. So if I'm a young artist and I'm looking at what happened, man, the historical nature of what happened, it's bigger than just the music itself, bro. Because it showed two groups of people from two different sides of town who were able to put their differences to the side, right? Basically on their own. Didn't no old head niggas jumping that shit and squash that shit. Those guys, time allowed, in the passage of time, and just understanding that we can do great things together if we put that shit to the side. I'm not saying that no old head motherfuckers kind of like, because there's plenty of people who were older who kind of like tried to talk to different members on both sides of the equation, but them guys are really responsible for squashing their own beef.
Right.
And coming together and then making it possible for Doug to even do what he just did with that.
And you would understand, because of the fact that you do podcasts and you do have your own shows, that when media talks to artists or media brings up these conversations, the audience is always like, well, why are you bringing up stuff? Because you're stirring stuff up with this group and this group and this group. But it's like, why aren't the individuals a part of those groups taking accountability for the fact that they have problems with somebody else, instead of saying, well, a media outlet is making us have more problems with each other? Why wouldn't it just be your phone call to that other group, like, hey, we should talk this out or figure this out or cool off about it?
These guys, street guys for the most part.
Yeah,
Detroit is not Atlanta. Detroit is Detroit. Most of these motherfuckers here are street motherfuckers. So their first their thought process starts with, how would I handle this in the streets? So that's one of the reasons why it took so long for those guys to come together, because most of those guys come out the streets for real. So it's like, if it's fuck us, it's fuck you. As it specifically relates to what you're talking about people blaming media for talking about things. Hey, bro, it's your job. Do your job. Fuck them. I've heard that about you.
Oh,
people
sure.
have tried to label you a culture vulture.
Yeah,
people have tried to say that you stir the pot. I'm like, where? Asking a motherfucking question as a journalist, which is what you are, right? Your job is to ask thought-provoking and intriguing questions, and your job is to ask the hard questions that people don't normally ask those type of people when they get them on the couch.
Right.
That's your job, bro.
You
You would
know-
be remiss and negligent and you would be remiss and negligent in your responsibilities as a proper podcast / journalist if you just get people up here and ask them the kumbaya ass questions that people don't give a fuck about. You're supposed to ask the hard questions.
You know how it is though, like when you finish an episode, you put it out, and then you get 10 phone calls from 10 different people. Like, why is this out here? Why is that out here? Just part of the game, though. I've understood it. I wanted to ask you a question about this idea of you're saying these are street dudes, you know, and putting that kind of concept into people's heads. And is there a commandments rule? You know, there's principles, obviously. Gangsters followed principles. The mafia followed certain principles. Italians, like, you know, it was all the mob, like, really had these set of rules. Like, you know, unwritten rules, unwritten rules. Is that, like, a real thing inherently in a Detroiter? Or is it something inherited? Or, like, how does it happen? Like, and what are these rules exactly? Like, when it comes...
Well, it's called etiquette.
Etiquette.
Which is really what it is.
Okay.
It's etiquette. Well, it's the rules of the game.
Okay.
If you subscribe to the streets, if you say that you raise your right hand and you pledge allegiance to the bylaws and the concepts and the precepts of the street, and yeah, there's a code of conduct, there's ethics that you're supposed to subscribe to and live by and live by, right? These motherfuckers ain't living by them rules and them codes, man. These niggas telling on everything, moving, doing all kinds of whole shit. Men are they telling on shit, they pillow talking. Listen, the rules are out the window, bro. My suggestion to you, if you think that if you playing by those set of rules, you're gonna lose, because the people who you in the street with, they playing by survival by any means necessary. You know what I'm saying? Period. So the best thing you could do if you in the street, and if you can hear me, if you see this episode, if you in the streets, make your way to the fucking exit sign. Make your way to the motherfucking door fast.
Do you think... Go ahead.
But no, bro, these niggas ain't subscribing no motherfucking rules. Look at the condition of the streets now. In every hood in the city of Detroit, it's a motherfucker who told on a motherfucker. And ain't nobody gonna do shit to them. Because they still get money. They still get power. They still get influence. You know what I'm saying? These niggas do the whole... and it's not just Detroit, it's just across the board. The street shit, the gangster shit, that shit through, bro.
Yeah.
The
Because
rules
it's survival
that,
right now, right?
man, these motherfuckers, listen, bro, let me tell you something. If you think these motherfuckers who are so caught up in fashion, so caught up with bitches, so caught up with watches and jewelry and chains and cars, these motherfuckers, they listen, these motherfuckers want to be street and represent streets until it come time for them to pay the penalty that we all know comes with living the lifestyle of a street nigga, right? These motherfuckers are acting like they're getting shot, getting robbed, going to prison, getting told on. That's all a part of the streets. It's all the ugly part of the streets. It ain't just about fast living, money, hoes, cars, and clothes. That shit come with the shit. That's a part of this shit, bro. Getting told on, that's a part of what you're going to get exposed to. Right. You think niggas should start telling on each other 2 years ago? The mafia. You just mentioned the mafia, bro. Yeah. What the fuck you think the crime families in New York was doing when they utilized the police to get motherfuckers knocked off? Using their judges, their lawyers, prosecutors on their payroll to knock a motherfucker off if they couldn't get at them. Nah. They was using law enforcement to get at motherfuckers. That's ratting, ain't it?
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Streets are dead,
Whitey
bro.
Bulger, man.
That's Boston, bro. That's what? Boston. Fuck Whitey Bulger.
I'm talking about
the fact. Yeah, Whitey Bulger did the rat shit too.
Yeah.
But that's the same thing. We can go back to, man. Listen, all 5 crime families in New York, bro. From the Genovese to the whoever, they all was using the police to get at their enemies, man. They was using their police.
What was the most unforgivable mob or gangster turnaround you've ever seen where somebody really sold out to the highest level? I mean, Henry Hill's obviously huge, but do you think there's somebody bigger than Henry Hill that really just fucked it all up for everybody?
What's the Graziano cat? What's his name? John Gotti's right-hand man.
What'd he do?
So you read it. John Gotti got caught on wiretap talking about how he had committed all the murders, and he like, shit, you got caught. You talking about, why are you talking about me and what I fucking did? So he looked at that according to his own stealing out. You didn't know that you were being recorded, but you talking about all the murders I motherfucking committed. You hear me? What's his name? Jimmy the fucking Weasel or something? Jimmy the something?
I don't remember.
I don't know. The motherfucker John Gotti right hand man.
Are you still working at the Big D Mogul? Like, is that still part of your...
Yeah. Well, we just announced today that rest in peace, Big D. Shout out to his wife Amber. Shout out to Pinky, his manager.
Yep.
Me, Hellcat. We just announced that we're gonna do the Cat and Dog show, where that's what Big D wanted us to do. Hellcat is on No Jumper News out in California. So one of his visions was for Hellcat and I to support each other and kind of like push and support and promote each other's brands. So we just had to wait for his wife to kind of like get their affairs together, you know what I'm saying? Because we didn't want to rush it. So shout out to Amber, shout out to Pinky. We just decided a couple days ago that we're going to push forward to continuously. I'm going to produce content on my own and submit it to Mogul State of Mind. To I have my own personal content for my own get down, but we were producing content specifically to be uploaded to the Mogul State of Mind YouTube channel.
Cool.
In memory of D. All the proceeds all my proceeds that are derived from the views or whatever that they can have that, bro. It's just Big D was a person who showed me the YouTube game, man. He took my page he took me from 724 subscribers, 700 subscribers to 12,000 subscribers in 2 weeks just by all the advice that him and Sean Cotton from Say Cheese gave me about how to properly maneuver my page and how to guide my page. Yeah. Man, I'll forever be grateful for that, bro. He could, whatever his wife called me, asked me for, I'm going to make it happen for us.
Yeah, that's one of the first emergencies that I saw to get hip to what you were doing. You know what I'm saying? Very powerful force that platform has, and you being a part of it's awesome.
Right.
Talk about, the Lions obviously had their final the loss happened yesterday, final game, and you got to watch Detroit come together again. It was really interesting seeing Doughboyz Teameastside, 4-2 Dugg, all that, and then the Lions winning, and there was some type of power happening.
The universe,
yeah, you know,
the universe aligned in a way that made all that possible, man. Shout out to the Lions, the whole Lions organization. I have been mad at them for my entire fucking life, my entire existence. I was mad at them the day I was born, and I was mad at them up until last year or the year before last, man. Yeah. I salute the Lions. They didn't win, but it's okay. You gave us hope. You gave us something to look forward to. And for that, we got to be grateful for that, bro. We should throw them a parade when they get back here. Just because they didn't win, they are our champions, man. And I salute them, and I'll fuck with them heavy.
You think the parade should be thrown?
Yeah, fuck yeah, bro. Because we haven't been that far ever. Have we? Championship? I think we've been to the championship game once. No, bro, we got to salute that. They deserve a parade. They deserve our acknowledgement. They deserve a big-ass fucking party. They smoke. Hey, D. Reed, let's do a Lions party, bro.
Good to see you. Good to see you were watching. Did you watch the entire game? Or
I watched it. Fuck. Yeah, I watched that shit. I had my little Lions beanie cap on.
There's a lot of controversy about Dan Campbell not calling the field goal.
Listen, bro. Dan Campbell, bro, when he's flying, when he's doing Jesse James, they love him. You know what I'm saying? He got into that game. I think that when he going into halftime, I think he should have went forward in the fourth down when he was like 4th and 2 to get into the goal line, right? Yeah. Hey, don't stop now. You've been doing it. You know what I'm saying? That 3 points ain't gonna make or break you either way it go.
Right.
So I think he should have went for the because you've been Jesse James the whole fucking time. You've been in the Lions coach, but I'm not mad at him, right? Because he was coaching. Yeah. So sometimes you be conservative. Sometimes you go in there and you pass your lead. Who would have thought we'd had that second half collapse like that? Nobody thought that shit like that, bro.
There was a lot of missed passes and everything like that. You can't always blame the coach for everything.
We made it to the championship game, Kid. In your lifetime, how old are you?
I'm 30.
In your lifetime, you've never seen a championship game in your life.
Yeah. Pistons.
No, it's about the Lions, man.
Oh, Lions? Hell no.
Yeah,
no. I don't think it's gonna happen for a minute. That's a scary one for sure.
Yeah.
There was this woman that keeps tagging me and stuff, and I don't know what the hell's going on, but she's very upset with you.
With me?
Yes, man. There's this woman that keeps tagging me in this post about you. I forget her name, but apparently you posted a video of her beating her children or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, and she's on my ass every day.
Why? She's a whore.
Stop. Okay,
so how can you let a whore be on your ass?
Break it down for me. What's the situation?
I've never met her in person in my life, bro.
Okay, who is this person that you were claiming this about?
I wouldn't dare mention that filthy fucking whore's name
we won't mention
on this platform. I don't know the whore.
Okay, all right, I'll forget.
Okay, listen. Hey, whore, Which camera?
We won't say names.
Okay,
So that way there's no
I said
definite-
whore.
Yeah, no,
I said
I'm
whore.
saying for myself. So that way.
She's a, I don't know the whore. I don't know the whore, bro. She's tagging you, trying to get your attention.
every day.
She's a whore. Hey,
Every
whore.
day.
Hey, whore. The Kid L sees you. Do you see her?
I mean,
Do you see her? You see her? Kid L sees you, whore. He sees you.
Next question.
He sees you. Do you see her? Yes, no.
I retract all questionnaire.
You're right. Kid L's not responsible, whore.
She's one of those lawsuit people where like, hey,
Lawsuit?
Yeah,
For what?
I don't know.
Listen, if you look at the origins of that shit, she mentioned me on some Facebook shit.
Yeah.
And somebody sent it to me because I don't follow her. We're not friends. Somebody sent it to me. Her whole thing was, who died and made Dawgface powerful or some goofy shit like that.
Yeah.
Like, what do you care? How people, her thing was, why do people look at me like that? Why do people consider me powerful? Who am I? What have I contributed? Who have I helped? You don't know me, so you don't know what I've contributed. You don't know me, so you don't know who I helped. Right now, me, Helluva, and RJ Watkins Jr. are doing a project where we are taking artists from the previous generations and putting them on songs with the hottest artists from this generation. The artists from previous generation, they didn't get a chance to experience the success that this generation is seeing right now. So as a way to kind of like bridge the gap between the older artists and the younger artists, we're putting the older artists on songs with the younger artists to help reignite and re-energize their career.
Right. That's
That's something that me, Helluva, and RJ, that's the hottest shit going right now.
You know, it's prime time to be doing that too, because again, just going back to the
Yeah.
4-2
absolutely.
show, it just showed like the need and want for these sounds to come back and to be mixed together and
Yeah,
everything like that. Because people
absolutely.
were unaware at first, like, is it gonna work? Is it not gonna work?
Bro, listen, it's working because Detroit, the artists from the previous generation, they didn't get the opportunity to experience what's happening right now.
Yeah.
They didn't get the opportunity to really go to $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 a show and travel the world with this shit. This generation right here, they're doing everything that street motherfuckers couldn't do.
Yeah.
Or didn't have the opportunity to do because our sound, the street element of our sound, hadn't caught on like that. Right? So it's a beautiful situation.
One of the things that you constantly go viral for on YouTube and Instagram is you have problems with this guy Wack100.
Wax bitch.
I literally don't know who
Wack is the games manager.
Okay.
He also works hand in hand with Birdman. Sorry.
Okay.
Right. He works hand in hand with Birdbrain.
It seems like you and Birdman would get along together if you were in the same room.
Probably so, because I'm a real nigga. But he ain't no real nigga because he just took a shot at my player partner, 019 Entertainment. That is BG's for Cash Money's label, right? Being the CEO of that label is OG Freeze, who's BG's cellmate when he was in federal penitentiary, and I'm co-CEO, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, the whole thing is he set Wack100 on that course, trying to besmirch and trying to basically tear down BG's character because he was mad because BG didn't want to sign to him. So he used Wack100 as his puppet. He stuck his fingers up his ass like a ventriloquist and used Wack100 as a puppet to try to break down BG's overall get down because they was upset. It ain't gonna happen because we already dispelled the myth of all the shit they said he was on. That shit wasn't what it was. BG ain't told no motherfucking dog agreed to take that case. And me and you together, and we in the car together right now, and you say, okay, Dawgface, you been in prison, you got felonies. You know what I'm saying? It's a gun in this bitch. We know we finna get pulled out this motherfucker. You my man, I fuck with you. Your star is high as hell. I'm gonna take the case for you. The same way Biggie Smalls homeboy did with him.
Yeah, right.
Right? You say you take the case. I said, damn, Kid L, you probably gonna get nothing about 1 or 2 years, bro. 3 years tops. You ain't got no felonies. You ain't on that tip like that, right?
Yeah.
When we get down there, they tell you, hey, Kid L, we just changed the law. Or and the law says that even though you're a first-time offender, we're going to give you 5 years for that pistol. You can't then
Back out
because you've already told them at the scene of the crime, all the initial court hearings, you already told them this your shit. You already told them this your shit. So they ask me, hey, when they pull us over, and you say, hey, dog, take this gun, right? The police pulled you out the car, that's my gun. They ask me, hey, who gun is that? You motherfucker, you heard what he said.
Yeah.
You heard he says his shit. Fuck you mean? Don't ask me shit. That's his shit.
Yeah.
It is. But then when you go to court, you realize the whole issue was he realized that he was going to get more time than what he initially thought, and that's why he wanted to back out. But everything they asked us when you agree to take the case, anything that I say, when they question me about who gun it was, you can't turn around later and say I'm a motherfucking rat. And on top of that, here's breaking news for you on your show, bro. It was never BG's gun. So the whole story about BG giving somebody a pistol, letting that guy take the rap for him, it was always his hammer. It was never BG hammer. That whole myth about it being BG's gun and BG slid to him, made him take the case for him, that was never true. He took responsibility for his own pistol, and then they used this to try to destroy BG character, when it was suiting and fitting for him. So Birdman and Wack100, them two cocksucking ass motherfuckers, they devised this whole strategy to try to destroy BG's character, man. So that's what that is. That's exactly what it is. I'm in communication with BG down there every day.
Yeah.
It was never his gun. The whole story about him taking the case for BG, that's never the case. It was never BG's gun. He took his own pistol. He's saying this now. This shit happened before BG even went to prison last time, 13, 14 years ago. Yeah. Just not coming up with this shit. And the guy has been home and he got locked back up for some other shit. Come on, man. That's a bunch of fake shit. Fuck Birdman. Fuck Wack100. Both of them some cocksucking ass niggas.
Man, you are a fearless motherfucker, man.
Hey, fearless of what? What are you gonna do? I can fight.
Because you're not just a lot of people will say stuff in one city, and then they'll stay, and then they could just go to another city, chill there for a couple of years, and they don't care what they say. But you're back and forth between all the cities that anybody you talk about, you're in that city anyway. I'm
in Memphis. I'm in St. Louis. I'm in Alabama. I'm in Atlanta. I'm in Florida.
It's a fearlessness. Like right now, I feel more comfortable talking about people in LA. Like I'll talk shit about people in LA. Fuck you, your song sucks. But I'm never gonna see this motherfucker. You are so all over the place. It's like you don't.
You see me travel, right?
I see you all the time.
You see me traveling.
You're everywhere and telling people where you are. It's like okay. Yeah. But I respect that.
I mean, truth, you can't. I mean, it's the whole thing. Let's be realistic, bro. I do understand that some of the things that I say are not well received by people, especially the people who I'm talking about and the friends of the people who I'm talking about. I get it. I understand. So I don't want people to think I'm just running around this motherfucker not on point.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean? I take precautions.
Peezy doesn't really do interviews that often, right? He made exclusively with you when you started yours to just hop on your podcast immediately, do it back to back, which no rapper does that shit. Nobody ever does that.
Never.
What's up with you and Peezy, that connection, and talk about that interview a little bit, because you were really breaking it down with him, and even he didn't want to get into some stuff you were trying to break down.
Man, hey, listen, my job as a podcaster, I'm a YouTuber now, bro. I'm beyond podcasting, right? Right, I'm a motherfucking.
You're a show in itself. You gotta take that.
So listen, no. I'm a motherfucking YouTuber now, right? So when you look at this YouTube shit, Kid L, and you look at what's happening here, my job is just to give people, my job is to give people substance.
Right.
My job is to give people
a show.
There you go.
What do we got here?
There you go. Last 90 days.
Oh my god damn, son.
Yeah. Last 90 days.
6 million impressions, 1.3 million with Peezy, 500,000 TTT Naughty, OG Freeze. Peezy again, 500,000. Wack100, like I said, man, 250,000. Jesus Christ.
All of his monetized.
Yeah, and just being in mind, people have to know too. You lost your Instagram, so it's like you're doing this without really a social media platform to promote it. You're just doing this off the strength of YouTube. Incredible, bro. Break down that
last 90 days. Every day they come back.
Yeah, let me see.
Every day they coming back, returning viewers. Every day.
Yeah, they must.
Right. So the whole thing is, man, I don't give a fuck nobody say about me, Kid L. I'm gonna talk my shit. You hear me?
Yeah.
When you talk about me, right? When you at me, when you mention my name, when you go on a rant about me, when you say his jewelry fake, or when you say them ain't his cars, or when you say he ain't got no money, and when you just say my name, I swear when you say my name, you are increasing my presence in the overall algorithm of social media and YouTube.
Right.
You're driving my stock up. You're making people look at me. When Royce the 5'9" mentions my name on my page, right? I was at 3,200 followers on Instagram. When Royce the 5'9" made that post about my jewelry and my watches or whatever, I was at, and you know my page knew you helped me with the hookup, right?
The new page.
Yeah, the new page, right? Royce the 5'9" mentioned my name. 3 days ago, I was at 3,200.
4,024. Yeah.
3 days ago, I was at 3,200.
So Royce called your jewelry fake. That doesn't look fake from here.
No, bro. Hey, listen.
I got a detector in the back.
Come on with it.
I'm playing.
Go get it. No, go get the motherfucker.
That's when I used to ask. When I used to about to be fuck a bitch I never fucked. I used to be like, yeah, you don't got AIDS. I got AIDS detector in the back.
Right,
yeah,
right. Go ahead. Now listen. Here's what I want. Here's what I want. Not just Detroit, right? And so I received criticism for like tearing up motherfuckers from Detroit. My podcast and what I do and my platform is not about Detroit. My platform is a nationwide platform. If I mention somebody from Detroit, it's just because, you know, it's either near and dear to me or it's hot in the news. Yeah. But my job is not to tear down. My job is to help the city of Detroit. I've been helping people, right? Some of the top managers in the city of Detroit, I've talked to them. We've broke bread together. We've plotted and we planned things that were going to help enhance their artist's footprint, not just Detroit, but across the country. So you have motherfuckers who are talking about me who don't have a clue about what the fuck I do.
Look, man.
Right? And I don't care. Keep talking about me. Hey, listen, talk about Dawgface. You call me ugly. Right? You can say I don't know how to dress. You can say I'm always bragging. You can say I've been in prison. Say whatever you say, you are pushing my image and my likeness up higher in the algorithm. Yeah. All of my platforms are monetized. My Instagram is monetized. My Facebook is monetized. My YouTube is monetized. So the more you talk about me, the more you at me, the more you at my name, the more you tag me, the more you hashtag me. I swear to God to you. Yeah. I swear to God to you that the motherfucking clock is ticking. You hear me? I swear to God to you that the more you mention my name, please keep doing it. Don't stop.
Facts.
Hey, listen, the more you keep doing, this bitch moving slow, but I swear to you, the more you keep doing, the more. That was last week. What I made just last week. That ain't even a total month. Okay. Don't even. Last week, right? Keep saying my motherfucking name, please. I please.
Paper goes into your pocket.
Yes, please keep saying it. Dog, we're gonna get under Dawgface skin. Kidell, I swear to you on my mother and on your mom that when people say my name, bro, pause. My dick get hard. Pause. I swear. Pause. Keep saying because you go. I'm getting money off. You keep saying my name. Call me what you want to call me.
Nobody has the guts to do what you do. You know what I mean?
I think they do.
I don't think so because I would have seen it by now. I would have seen somebody doing it. I see some people do it and then they disappear and they're like, "Oh, that was too much for me." I did it, but I'm kind of good at bouncing back and forth to get in it and get out of it. But I think that's running short soon. I think that's running. Now I got to be a little bit more careful because I'm always gonna say the truth, but I'm never gonna bad talk somebody because.
Leave that to me. I'll
leave that to you because
I'm a bad talking specialist.
I'm not a street dude, so I'm like, why am I talking like that for? Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, listen, people don't like you, kid. I always defend you.
I know you do. I always appreciate you, man.
I've been on.
I kicked motherfuckers out to have you in here today. You know that. I said, of course. I call people up like, bro, I'm sorry, man, you can't come in today. We gotta reschedule you because when you told, I'm like, man, I gotta get Dawgface back in here immediately. You're doing so much. You're just doing so much, bro. Like nonstop. You every day is a breaking news alert.
Every day.
It's something interesting. It's never like it's something.
No fugazi shit. Everything has legs. Everything has wings. Everything has substance to it, and that's just the nature of what I'm trying to do. Let me
ask you, what is Dawgface waking up to thinking about now in 2024?
I don't go to sleep, bro. Man, how many times have I fucking called you or text you at 3 a.m?
You're up at 5 a.m. Man.
I'm up, man. I've been in penitentiary, bro. So I'm fucking institutionalized, bro. So in prison. I'm up at 5:30 at the latest. If I go to sleep at 2 a.m, I'm wake. My body is naturally programmed like it's like I have an internal alarm clock. I'm back up by 5:30, no later than 5:45, without no alarm clock, no none of that shit. I don't believe in going to sleep and staying to sleep because it's too. Listen, I spent majority of my life in prison, bro. I don't have the luxury of sitting back, waiting and playing no games with this shit. I got to go get it. Yeah. So that's what I'm on.
what do you think about the presidential debates and the election coming up, man? Do you have any thoughts about what the best decision might be?
Fuck Kamala Harris. Fuck Joe Biden, bitch ass. You know what I'm saying? Make America great again. Donald Trump, you gonna give us some money? Let's come on with it. Donald Trump, a racist, cocksucking son of a bitch, right? But listen, the lesser of two evils. Joe Biden, his career, the legislation that Joe Biden has passed, the bills that he has supported that have been anti-black and anti-minority, anti-everything, shit well beyond what Donald Trump has ever done. Donald Trump, it's easy to point the finger at Donald Trump because he's a lightning rod, right? But Joe Biden is a racist motherfucker, bro, period. It's as simple as that. Joe Biden's history and track record in the Senate, right? Him being mentored by Strom Thurmond, who was a staunch segregationist from South Carolina. That was his mentor. That's who he looked up to. A motherfucker who hated black people, who hated Arabs, who hated Chaldeans, who hated non-white people, non-Anglo-Saxon people. They hated them. Fuck Joe Biden. I wouldn't dare vote for Joe Biden, cocksucking bitch ass. Kamala Harris, you sneaky cocksucking bitch. Fuck Kamala Harris. You ain't black, bitch. You ain't Kamala Harris, you ain't sucking up black dick to qualify as being black. No, fuck Kamala Harris, fuck Joe Biden, make America great again. At least with Donald Trump, we know what we're getting. You say he racist, we know what we're getting, right? You say that he don't give a fuck about just the way the government, traditional government, and how government works, we know what you're getting. But the people who are traditional politicians, they don't give a fuck about you either. They give a fuck about the bottom line, the almighty fucking dollar, power, influence.
Yeah, they just have better PR.
Yeah, Donald Trump, he's just ill with the shit. I'm voting for Trump.
I feel like he was entertaining, and
I'm voting for Trump. You hear what I say?
Times were more fun when he was president.
Fuck, Joe Biden gave us no money. Joe Biden gave us no motherfucking money, kid. We ain't had no stimulus, none of that shit, man. We know that it's not the president, it's just the Congress. But I'm just saying, from a joking standpoint, fuck Joe. I'm dead ass serious. Fuck Joe Biden. Fuck Kamala Harris. Fuck him. I ain't voting for him.
It's like a hit him up presidential version, right?
Yes, fuck him. I ain't voting for him. I don't give a fuck nothing about him. I ain't voting for him.
There's a lot of debate right now with the female rap game, what they're putting out into the world. And, it's always been like this, but now we're hitting new lows, right? You got Ice Spice with the sickening song that she just dropped.
What was it? I ain't hear it.
What's the song called, man? It's just disgusting.
Okay, listen, Ice Spice.
Okay, Nicki Minaj and them are.
Watch this.
Okay.
Ice Spice. Ice Spice, keep on doing what you do best. When you perform on stage, bust that motherfucker over. Bend over and show that fat old yellow ass.
Okay.
That's what you do. The shit that come out your mouth, not so much. Don't give a fuck about it. Keep on bending over and let that pussy hang low. That's really what we give a fuck about. Nobody gives a fuck about what Ice Spice is talking about, bro. Yeah. I can't name that one motherfucker who ever said, did you hear what she said? No. Yeah. Keep on busting that fat pussy open. Let us see that fat yellow pussy.
You find her attractive?
Ice Spice, that fat pussy hanging.
You hit it?
I will stick my finger in her ass. What the fuck's wrong with you, kid? I'll stick my finger right in her ass, man. Yeah, fuck is wrong with you, kid? Ice Spice is a little bad little bitch. You hear me?
Yeah, she's alright. She's cool.
I don't want to have a conversation with the bitch.
Yeah.
But being that motherfucker
that's why you really got to appreciate how Cash Doll put herself out there, right? Because look how she did it. Like classy, vibey, sexual, like just all flirtatious.
Boy, here you go this Cash Doll shit again, boy.
No, but I'm just saying, like,
boy, the way you got a thing for that dial, don't you?
No other female artist did it like Cash Doll did it.
You have had artists who come out on that bossy shit, like Foxy Brown, for example. That's before your time.
Yeah.
Foxy Brown came out bossy, money getting type. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I can hang with the fellas because I'm bossy like that too. So Foxy Brown came with that shit. She ain't come with that nasty dick sucking shit. You know what I'm saying? So Cash Doll, she the queen of Detroit hip hop, bro. Everybody else aspires to be what she is, man. I salute her for coming because she started from the bottom and she worked and she earned her position.
Do you think, is she like a sister type vibe when it comes to other Detroit artists and producers and everything in that camp? Like even like her not being at the 4-2 Dugg thing, like I know that's not, I mean it's not like she's supposed to be there, but I would feel like it's a sister type thing to have her there. Like this is the sister of our legacy. And
you feel like she should be grandfathered into anything that's really popular around here?
Well, who is don't you think there should be she is the sister of like the males of the Detroit.
She is the top female MC.
Yeah.
In my estimation, when it comes to representing Detroit properly on that bossy shit, she's number one. She number one bossed up around this bitch. Not Days Loaf. It is motherfucking Cash Doll. Cash Doll is a total exemplification of a Detroit street bitch. Period. She is Detroit. Period. She grinded for that shit, bro. Anybody hand her shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure she's had help along the way, but Cash Doll had a big personality, man, before she even was rapping. She was already like one of the most popular nightlife entertainers in the city before she ever was rapping. Yeah. She earned that, bro. You gotta give her that. She the queen of Detroit's hip hop community, period.
One cool picture I seen, it's you, 42 Dugg, and T Grizzly on a staircase.
Bro, that's 2018.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but
that's hell of a studio.
It was a cool photo to see, though. Because, like, you know, you're looking back, and a lot of people are like, whoa, how far back does Dawgface go? Or, like, whatever. Or who's he really connected with? And it's like, when you see that picture, it's like, you can't just be in that picture. You feel me?
I'm in a million pictures with Royce Five Nine. Yeah. I'm in a million pictures with Royce Five Nine. Yeah. Going back to 2010, 11. We're in pictures together. A lot of them.
You gotta bring some of these pictures sometimes.
I will send them to you. When I leave here, I will fucking send them to you tonight.
Is there anything on your mind, dog? Is there anything you want to close out with, man?
Hey, listen, Detroit, I love y'all, man. It's as simple as that. Dawgface TV on YouTube. Go subscribe to that motherfucker. My job is to help support Detroit and to spread our brand like I've been doing. My job is to help the artists who are not known. Help them become as known as they possibly can. And the artists who are having motion, my job is to help continue to support them and push them to greatness, man. I love y'all, Detroit. It is what it is.
Yeah, for sure. Dawgface, always a pleasure having you on, man. I've been on your show as well. And
come back.
Yeah, whenever, man. Yeah, whenever. It's fun to be on there. It's fun listening to you talk, man.
Also, thank you for the acknowledgement when you shouted out the top best podcast.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I didn't comment because I think I was in purgatory. I think Royce Fat Nine had reported my page, the little minions. Little cocksucking minions had reported my page, so I couldn't make a comment, bro. Damn. I couldn't make a comment. Right now, I'm still restricted from. They stopped me from making comments, even on my shit. I couldn't even. When I posted a picture, I could post a picture, but it was the weirdest shit to where I couldn't make a comment or caption on my own shit that I posted.
So are you sure?
Shout out to Royce Fat Nine for using his powers to try to destroy me.
So are you sure that it's Royce behind it, man?
It smells like a cocksucking move. He's a cocksucker, so I believe it was him.
Listen, man. I see the problem is I can't, like, there's things that.
Right. You're not saying it, I'm saying it.
Yeah, but.
Right.
I feel like I'm going to get my ass whooped for this somehow.
Right. No. Listen, tell them to come take the anger, frustration, and anxiety out on me.
Well, you know what I said earlier, responsibility factor, right? And I like your responsibility factor. You acknowledge what you. Let me ask you this.
Well, I'm still on this shit.
What do people hit you up for and say, well, Dawgface, what do you, like, you know, you've acknowledged what you're doing. You've spoke on what you're doing for the city and how you're putting your foot in the door and all that stuff. But, you know, can you look at anything you could improve on? Can you look at anything that you made mistakes on?
Nobody helped me, bro. Nobody helped me get to where I am right now. I have millions of views just talking about current events in hip hop or in just urban politics, bro, a month. I'm getting paid handsomely to do what I'm doing. Right. I'm not gonna never change this shit. I'm gonna get worse. I promise you it's gonna get worse before it get better.
Right.
I promise you it's gonna get worse before it get better.
But as far as acknowledging any of the things that you might have done that you could go back in time and be like, you know what, those are things that I could have done better to help the industry.
I always operate with a genuine and sincere mind frame, bro. I never make it my business to try to do anything other than help the city of Detroit, Detroit's hip hop and entertainment scene go forward. I don't give if I say I might talk about a Royce. I don't give a fuck about Royce the Fat Nine, bro. I don't give a fuck about that. I'm still working. When I cuss Royce out on social media, my next phone call is the Helluva. What we doing? We have NBA players who we are writing songs for. We have current active roster NBA players who we are writing songs for and Helluva making beat for right now.
What are you talking about?
I can't say, but you're gonna see it real fast.
Okay.
I can't say,
all
but
right.
you're gonna see it really, really, really fast. So I don't stop to think about none of these cocksucking ass motherfuckers, man.
Well, you know,
Helluva called me like, bro, You done ranting, raving about that dumb ass shit with that? Yeah, I'm done. What's up with when we going to see the NBA player?
Yeah.
When we flying to Miami? When we flying to Atlanta? Blah blah. When we doing X Y Z? That's what me, Helluva and RJ talk about every fucking day.
For sure. You know, I get it. You know, I'd have to have Royce on here to, I guess, have that conversation.
Yeah, have him on here.
And, you know, really break it down.
Have him on here. Hey, listen, hey, Royce 59. Come see Kid L, bro.
You know, personally, those guys are so big that at this point.
What? No. Stop saying that, bro.
But I'm saying.
Whoa. Never say somebody is so big because don't forget, he said he's the new proof. He's the liaison between Eminem, the biggest fucking rapper in the history of the planet. He's the liaison, or he's the ambassador, or he's the bridge. He's the new proof. So he's not too big. He's going to fucking see this. So hey, Royce, bring your motherfucking ass on Kid L. Kid L is a standard barrier. Everybody fuck with him the world over. Bring your ass on Kid L and have a conversation. Ain't gotta be about me. It can be about everything you got going on, man. Bring Courtney Bell been on here.
Courtney Bell's been on here, yeah.
Yeah,
Ashley Sorrell's
Ash been on here.
Yeah.
Hey, Royce, bring your bitch ass on here and talk to sit on the couch.
All right. Anyways,
Smack your ass.
I appreciate it, Dawgface. Any projects you want to shout out before we
Hey,
close?
listen, Helluva, RJ Watkins Jr., Dawgface Calderon, we executive producing a project where we taking artists from the previous generation and marrying them on songs with the current crop of superstars right now. Shout out to Peezy, shout out to Rich Take a D-Boy, shout out to Cash Kid, shout out to Baby Money, shout out to all the artists who've agreed to jump on this shit, and shout out to Payroll, shout out to all them boys, man. Sure. We doing that. My book,
you got a book coming out?
Hell yeah. It's the Little Black Book 313. It is an industry guide. So I have over 500 artists from the metropolitan Detroit area, right? And it's a rating system of exactly where they are. You know what I'm saying? It's a five-prong rating system when it comes to lyricism, creativity, beat selection, storytelling ability. So if you are a music executive of any ilk, you can look at my Little Black Book 313 and see what artists have the highest ranking score.
Brilliant.
And you can use that as a gauge to kind of follow their careers to see if there's somebody worthy to kind of like invest some money, time, effort, and energy into.
I gotta check that out. When's that coming out?
Yeah, it'll be out March 12th.
Okay.
It'll be out.
I'm buying a copy. That's
shout out to
cool.
everybody in the city of Detroit. Shout out. I got projects going on. Shout out to 019 Entertainment. Shout out Rashad, OG Freeze, KC. Shout out to Chopper Boys. Chopper Boy Slim and Pacific. Chopper Boy Slim is one of the wisest, youngest, solid guys that I know. Shout out to him. Shout out to Exclusive B. Shout out to whole British Clan. Shout out to Savvy Sliders on Livernois. Shout out to all my people, man.
Savvy Sliders.
Yeah.
Burger joints getting shout outs, man.
Yeah, shout out. That's my people. We clock it with what it is. Shout out to everything on Finkel. That whole everything from the Harley Davidson shop to everything that 5 Mile level, man. Shout out to the East Side, man. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to Pontiac. I'm from Pontiac, man. I was born and raised in Pontiac. I didn't move to Detroit till I was 15. And so it was what it was. So according to some motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is, man.
For sure.
Shout out to my jeweler, Icy Mike, the whole Detroit jeweler family, man. Shout out to Diamond Kingdom down in Atlanta and Greenbrier Mall. You know, shout out to my people.
For sure. Dawgface, always a pleasure. Like I said, having you on, man. Checks and balances, man. Really the person that's making sure that there's a fairness and a genuine intention that's going on to helping to build the infrastructure in Detroit's music and entertainment scene. It's very much necessary because at any moment it can collapse if it's not properly taken care of. And you're one of the people that makes sure that it's not going to fall apart. And appreciate you for being a part of this as usual. We're at Parallel Sound Studio, Hello Visuals, shooting these productions. We're out.